how to answer uncomfortable questions, psychological examples, and speech techniques. How much do you make? Don't you want to have a second child? When are you getting married? Are you getting divorced? Probably each of us has been in an awkward situation when a curious interlocutor really wanted to get information that you don't want to share, and then regret about the direction the conversation took. We present to your attention several strategies that will help you answer the most difficult questions and still feel great. If you follow our advice, you won't have to reach for a word in your pocket in a real situation. 1. Programmers and Sherlock Holmes recommend, in answering unpleasant questions, you have every right to not give your interlocutor any specific information. Behave like the programmer from the joke who answered Holmes and Watson, who were traveling in a hot air balloon, absolutely correctly, but his words were of no use. Sir, could you tell us where we are? In the basket of the hot air balloon, sir. Or let's have some general, but also not too useful information. How much do you earn? How is everyone? The average salary in the industry significantly lower than Abramovich's. 2. Mirroring. Repeat the question back to your conversation partner. This can be done using two simple techniques. 1. Formulate a rephrasing in such a way that the person you're talking to feels uncomfortable about their interest. Use a universal construction that begins with the words, "Am I understanding correctly that?" and its ending will depend solely on whether you want to continue the conversation, want to set your personal boundaries, etc. Am I understanding correctly that you wouldn't mind holding a candle in my bedroom? Or am I understanding correctly that your main problem today is my personal life? Or am I understanding correctly that an interest in other people's problems is just normal for you? It's great if you say all of this in a very polite, very calm, icy tone, and don't gesture too much unless you raise one eyebrow in surprise. To strengthen the interest in the given topic by addressing the interlocutor with a counter question from the same category. When are you planning to have your second baby? 3. One-man show theater. Hearing an unpleasant question. You can always imagine yourself as a great dramatic actress. Look deeply into the interlocutor's eyes, sigh deeply. Press your hands to your chest. You can break your fingers if you want. Portray an abyss of despair and say tragically, "I'll beg you, never, you hear, never ask me about it." The second option is to portray a person giving a press conference. We won't name specific names, but we recommend paying attention to the faces of the first echelon of power and say the phrase, "Next question, please." The third version is for fans of the series you.you. Remember the Kartika Edward Cosman. Also cues you and say, "This is confidential information." 4. I'm not a bore, not a bore, not a bore. Instead of getting angry, upset, or showing in any way that the question of your interlocutor has touched you, start answering in a calm, monotonous voice. The most important thing is details. Present the smallest details and start from very far away. When are you getting married? Astrologers say that for a happy marriage to be concluded, the ascendants of the lovers must converge. Don't ask us what ascendants are, and if they should really converge, any abstruse theory will do, whether it's a star chart, a sharp turn of the lifeline, or the NASDAQ index, and so When I understand that I have met my other half and check if we are compatible, I'll have to clarify when and where he was born. Then I will say to him, yes, and not a minute sooner. 5. Stop joking around. It's annoying, my goodness. How much did you spend on this dress? Had to go hungry for 2 weeks. But what can you do for fashion? I'll admire your ability to ask questions that put people in a dead end, or you are an amazing woman, wonderful man. You know what always amazed me about you? It's your ability to ask difficult, complex, rhetorical questions. I'll be happy to answer your question. But first, tell me why it interests you so much. What are you interested in for? Do you really want to talk about it? If you hear a positive yes, boldly parry, but I don't want TD, and smile. If you don't want to have anything to do with someone who is asking intrusive questions, you can allow yourself a bit more. For example, respond with "That's none of my business." Subscribe, and let's build a success mindset together.